Okay, so we are live.
Hello. Oh, it's very dark in here.
Yeah, we need to turn it up a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are.
That faces are super red.
Okay, so well, you start.
Okay. Hello. This is DesPair programming.
DesPair programming. Good job.
I'm Lil Blister. This is
Nesh. Hello.
and we thought that so we're travelers and we have this problem of Wi-Fi speeds, and so we thought we'd create this app to kind of upload people's Wi-Fi speeds.
More or less. So yeah, basically, you are going somewhere like anywhere, and you want to know like which area is the one with like best Wi-Fi, and you don't really want to ask because it sounds like is that really the thing you care? But if you're there, you care. And so we thought we'll make this as a little project, and so we'll also live stream it, and so hope you enjoy. So it's going to be a mobile app, and therefore that's why there's beautiful Android Studio. And why is it called DesPair programming? Because it's going to be pair programming, but every 5 minutes we'll switch, and the phone is going to tell us when to switch. Yeah, well, now we'll set it up, and then we'll start this one. Or actually, we'll set it up and start it. What do you think? Well,
Start it.
we'll start it. Boom.
3, 2, 1,
Cool. Now we're starting. That's my voice. Anyway, so first of all, let's set. Oh yeah, well, even before that, we have a little design of what we're gonna do today. And so, well, for the Wi-Fi, we want to probably have the ping, so like how long it takes to talk to the server, which is like the internet, and that's a simplified explanation. And then like the upload speed and the download speed, and then basically we want to be able to click a button and then just show the data. Yeah, so to do that, we are gonna create first of all a repository, and we're gonna call it How's My Wi-Fi, or How's the Wi-Fi. That's better. How's the Wi-Fi, and we'll just call it nothing, no description.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So now we have this beautiful thing, and well, we'll push it later. So now we have this, and we'll create a new project, and this is like how's the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Next, beautiful. And here we need a
activity.
Actually, we are not showing because we are not going. Yeah, so
because you need to minimize Firefox.
I guess we need. Okay, always learning, perfect. And we also need to show what we are doing. Is this? Yeah. So now basically we are now we are back on track. So we were just creating the basic activity, and we don't like all the crazy stuff that Android adds, so we're just gonna have an empty activity, and we call it main activity.
That's fine.
Yeah, we're boring like that. And finish. So now, like pair programming, well, now we're like just setting it up, but we have some goals, so we're gonna show it. We have a beautiful little book, and basically, yeah. So I want to talk about that. As we said, we will.
Okay, yeah. So the first things that we wanted to do today was to basically have our app just check the current Wi-Fi speed that you have. And so the first thing we're going to check is we're going to do a ping and check the ping speed. Then we're going to check download speed and finally upload speed. So
Great.
That's our to-do list. And hopefully we'll manage to do that in not so long time.
Not like 10 hours.
Yeah, not in 10 hours.
Which has happened. No, not 10 hours, but like long. So let's make this fat and in the center. Beautiful. So and then this one, boom. So is it visible? Yeah, we can read it. So first of all, what are we going to do? You're the navigator, right?
Okay, so first we want to. We want to get our library. because we
Well, the layout or the library. Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah, we
yeah.
want to kind of get, because there's an Android library which allows you to check the Wi-Fi speed, and so
So we're gonna use
that's
that.
pretty
Yeah.
useful.
Beautiful. So we have it here, and we're gonna use JSpeed test.
Yeah.
So it's kind of pretty and cool, and well, we can compile it with Gradle. So then let's do that. So we're gonna have in here, and then in well,
In dependencies.
is it in module app? Yeah, it is in module app. But if he complains, then it's gonna tell us.
Okay, sync.
Okay, beautiful, super quick. Now, what shall we do? So the
Okay,
activity
I
looks
think we
like
should go check out.
activity looks like this,
Okay, we can delete Hello World.
and we still have Mozilla open. So the activity looks like this. You always need to remember. Okay. So these are beautiful activity,
Yeah.
which does not look like that.
I mean, do you want to go set up the activity straight away? Like not the activity.
So this is our goal. Yeah, I think we should.
We'll add the buttons.
Yeah,
and
the
label.
button and like the text, because we're gonna then like we're not gonna call it like house Wi-Fi anyway.
How's the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, it's more like house. Like it sounds like housewife. That's why the name is good. And
Oh,
I have to change.
that scared me.
So this is our switching time. So, boom. So now I am the one. Well, this didn't count really, but so the idea is that there's one at the keyboard and one that like navigates, and so now it's my turn to tell what to do.
So annoying. That's the most annoying.
Okay, so we have our like design, and so well we don't need this, right? So delete.
What's the delete? Okay.
Yeah, and do not move.
Yeah.
And we probably put like just a button.
Just a button. Okay.
Yeah. So now we're gonna be very cautious with this, because last time, well, the first time we made an app like with the new Android Studio, we kind of lost like quite a bit of time with the layout, and so you gotta drag the anchors around, and we wanted like to push it up, pull up a little bit, and so no, we'll right click, no, on the background, yeah, and you put helpers, and you do like a vertical one, so then we can pull it down a bit. So vertical.
Don't you mean horizontal? It's across there.
So yeah, well,
Yeah.
my ad will go on there. So now we'll see where it is and pull it down. So pull it down to the like half. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Go. Okay. No, in the middle.
In the middle.
There's
okay.
an arrow, and then you
there
can
we
go
go.
down. Up, like that.
Okay.
So now like you can pull it and then anchor that to this new line. Beautiful. So the text, well, for the moment we like hard code it, and we call it check connection. Right? Yeah. Good, and then enter. Boop. And then we need 3 labels, like 3 image text views.
Okay.
Down space.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
So you need 3 of those. Yeah, and then we need those are gonna be not edited. Well, doesn't matter. Then none of them are edited. So now, like,
Why not edit?
you shouldn't move them like that. Remember?
Yeah, but then I connect them.
Oh, okay. So now we're gonna like use the anchors again. So this is kind of the remnants of the pane we had last time, and so we're gonna be like careful with this. So yeah, so that, and then pull that one to the other. No. Yeah. Yep. And so now they should be kind of. Okay. Yeah. Oh, what is that? Okay.
You just moved.
No, because you need to go on text and remove don't touch,
Okay.
remove and go on text. Because you probably have this layout. Yeah, you need to remove all the layout, editor layout. You have that one, so it's gonna mess around.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah. And everything that has like lines there is gonna.
So yeah, all the editor stuff doesn't actually
Yeah,
mean
and
anything.
then save, like Control S, and then go back to design, and then we got it like that. And it's because they're not tagged up, right?
Oh, so they also
No,
need
don't.
to. They also need to.
DesPair. If you move them, you're gonna lose. You're gonna
Okay.
have to do it again. So it's better to like pull them down, pull down to like make a line, make a right click in there, helper, another horizontal line, and then you pull it up because it's down there. Sorry, you get the guideline two, and you pull it down. Yeah. So with the arrow, kind of, but not really. You need to click on the guideline on the left hand side there. Guideline 2, yeah, and then pull down like that. And now you do the anchoring and not moving, otherwise. So that goes there, that goes down there, and so this one now it gets fixed. Now that's like that, and then you pull up. And then I think there is a problem with that, and you need to go on text and undo. You're still gonna lose it.
Okay.
So text, and scroll down until you see there's only one with an arrow. Go up. Okay, go up. No, okay, so maybe now it's okay. So go in design, and maybe now you have a bit of freedom. Ooh.
Time's up.
Okay.
Time's up. Okay. Okay, so now you're gonna guide me.
Okay.
Do the shit.
It's too long. Okay. We can start moving it about.
Oh yeah, that's like.
I'm gonna delete this.
That's beautiful. So there's a bit of madness in this, and so.
Oh, someone says Nesh.
Oh, hysteria yellow. Hello. I don't recognize this nickname, but hello. So, what the hell? So anyway, since you're the first, no, it's the second. Ooh, we have three people. Wow, two people. Hello, everybody. And
Okay, we need.
so we are now like trying to get this beautiful. Oh, it went up.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway, it's kind of cool. You know what? Like we'll remove these ones. We remove them away, and then we add like the vertical ones, helpers, and then we do like vertical.
I think that actually makes it twice as hard.
No, it makes it beautiful. Where's the vertical?
It's gonna be guideline 4.
Yeah.
Because then you have to put double the constraints.
Maybe, but now we're gonna be like pew, and up. So now, at least this one is okay, and then we can move it up. And now this guy, we'll now put it to the same one.
Okay, that was worked out.
I think like Android likes
Guidelines.
guidelines, and now we make a new one. And so this is pain for the guidelines, but once you've done it, you don't have to touch it. And I think the beautiful thing, like the cool thing, is that you get to like scales, I guess, scales well. So now what do? We do we write stuff in here. So our design was ping, upload, and on. We write that, no?
I mean, shall we?
Just write.
Okay.
No? Because then we're gonna like we do the same for the net.
Yeah, I know.
I know, I just like download and load. So now, yeah, we'll make it pretty with the bold. So yeah.
And you have to do it all over again with the numbers. Or we're just gonna.
No, it's already done. I already thought about it. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's all done. Yeah, because they're not evil, right? Okay, so we drop it and so put the constraints. What is cool is on the right hand side you can see like the ghost of that, and it's pretty nice. So yeah, so design complete.
So
Great.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So for these we should actually fix up the IDs because we're actually gonna have to change them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put like 0 ping.
Yeah, we can put 0
ms because and then we put 0 kb kilobit because it's like the use is the same. So this is like gonna be like that. Yeah, and then
we'll fix
the IDs. So well, we can fix them from here. So this is gonna be ping text view. Download text view. Upload. Is it correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we can start looking at the library for the Wi-Fi speeds.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's see. We still have this one showing. Beautiful. So it kind of matches more or less. Yeah, more or less. Then we might have the it could be worse. And so we're gonna go through this beautiful. So this one is for Java and Android, and that's cool because we are using Android. So
I really, that's the most annoying thing I've ever heard.
Why? It was good. Okay, so now we are doing this again, but so now we'll bother. So
okay.
I'll push it off.
This isn't.
Yeah, so this is for Java. So you need to scroll.
Can we just copy and paste this? No?
No. Okay, now we go. Because we said. Okay, so if you scroll down, now let's search. Control F. And I think you put Android. Maybe you find something else. Yeah.
Okay.
So you need the internet because of course. So we're gonna put this one. So Android, like unlike other stuff, you probably need to like turn down the Firefox. You're welcome, guys. Well, guys. Ooh, Samuel, yo, what's up, bro? So yeah, we are like this is Lily.
Hello.
Hello.
Where does it go again? Does it go in the application or?
Yeah, just on on top between manifest. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so the idea is that on Android you gotta give like permissions. So like the one that, well, some permissions are like okay, but some others you gotta like when you install the app, it's gonna ask you like, do you want to give permission? And so like of course it needs the internet. And this is speed task, so we're gonna have to make a class. So, so now you copy that and then go on and iconize, boom, a new file inside Java.
Okay, inside Java.
Okay, yeah, there, new file, right click, new, and then Java class.
Okay.
And then we call it.
What do they call it?
Speed test task. Okay, and public. Yeah, it's pretty good. So this is like a boom default, and now we just like undo. Wow, what did it tell?
Yeah, just to check that it was the same.
Beautiful. So now you gotta Alt Enter stuff.
Okay, so Alt Enter gets us
So this one beautiful imports. So it good for the async task constructor. So then we don't get. Okay. So the speed test report comes from the library we imported. So it means that worked out. So import class. Yeah. Then we got the speed test error, and this is kind of the default thing, and we're gonna like test it, and then we'll see. So this is gonna be a task which we need to understand how to pass in the views properly. It's okay. It's never used.
Okay, it's never
Right.
used, so we need to use it, right? So
Yeah.
we go to main activity.
And basically we're just gonna just run it. So new. Then you call it STT. Task. It's okay.
Just task for now.
Equals, and then we do new.
Your keyboard.
New blue. Okay, go, and that's it. Yeah, so go for task dot, and then we'll probably start it. Doing background. Okay, doing background, and then we need to see like.
Because it's meant to log out, right?
Yeah, but like go on the GitHub page, and then we'll see.
Okay.
So click. So we need to see. You see, go down. Oh yeah, so he's already gonna test that one, and it's execute with new. So it's
okay,
we need to use this.
Okay, so we use this instead.
Execute, and anyone's great. So that one. So this now will show us the thing. So now let's okay, go on that one, and so we're gonna show the scroll down here, and we're gonna show the emulator because we're not running there.
Okay.
And
so it's good to go.
So run that one. It's gonna ask you where, so do that, and then go in logcat. So logcat is like the logger, where you can see the processes. I mean, wait, okay. It's gonna show you. It's gonna show us these messages like, and data like all the information that we want to show should be shown now. But actually, we've been doing the upload and download first. We should have done the ping first.
How's it doing the upload and download first?
Because this is upload and download.
Are you sure?
Anyway, yeah. This doesn't ping at all. So we will check if it works, but then we don't implement it. Otherwise, it's not gonna be within the list, and that's not good.
Let's try in the right order.
Okay. So. I don't know what was wrong with my like switchers. So we made this like switcher, and I put the voices on my voice, and she doesn't like it. I don't think it's fair. We're still on the Mozilla.
3, 2, 1, go!
Anyway, so well, first of all, we're not seeing the emulator for some reason. Because no. Anyway, we'll see why. Maybe I can re-add it somehow. So remove and add the game capture. Okay. So for some reason it's not coming up. We'll see why.
Try it. Did you try and add it again?
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it there and then keep an eye, and maybe it needs to be kept. Oh. We should say. Anyway, it's not very important at the moment. So we're seeing that we're getting some data, and it's pretty good. It's working, and it's already in octet. So that is pretty cool. So we are seeing. I don't know if it's visible because maybe it's a bit too small. Can we size? Anyway, just
it's not so.
Yeah, just trust us.
Works
works fine. So now, what are we gonna do?
Okay, we need to test the ping.
We need to do the ping first. Otherwise, our to-do list there is not really being respected.
So
So
how do we test the ping?
we'll do it a good old way with the search. Ping. Ping.
Sounds funny. Oh no.
Sounds funny. Sounds funny, or like what is it, like our voice that sounds
Yeah, I
fun?
think maybe a problem with sound.
Oh, are we not using? No, we're using the default.
Maybe you were messing around with the keyboard too much.
Okay. We're gonna test the sound since we've been told that the sound.
Oh, the switch thing.
Okay.
It's not funny. It's just annoying.
Okay, thank you. See, like
It's just
my heart.
annoying.
So now we're
Oh,
searching.
look, the emulator's there.
Ooh, everything is there. Beautiful. We need to move on side. Now we're gonna ping application. This looks good. But it doesn't look so. No, that's not what I want.
How to ping external? This one?
No, I like when we can read. So
What's MS?
milliseconds.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do site stack overflow. So now we're just limiting to a stack overflow. And no, I'm kind of picky because I cannot. There was one little sweet thing that I noticed the other day, and it will tell you. I should have saved it. Okay. Yep. Maybe. So I've got the internet.
Okay, what does this do?
String. So it's gonna get you maybe. Okay. Good old ways. I think we'll try.
We'll just copy.
We'll just copy the whole thing.
Great.
Hey, great. Yeah. So this is how you code, guys. That's how you do coding. So especially Android, beautiful because you just like now import everything. So Alt Enter. It's like
Still some errors.
because we didn't like do it. And I think we might be running this one. So thumbs up. Beautiful. Now we got the ping. Problem is with the URL.
We have to choose a URL.
We're gonna choose URL. And we're gonna The problem with Google is that, as we've noticed in China, that might not always be working. I love it. So yeah, as I was saying, maybe in China, like you won't get the correct IP, but like you won't but it's okay. Like we got 5 seconds. So I think maybe we can have in the future.
3, 2, 1, go.
So we can default it and then put in the settings so you can change, like in the future, like in
Yeah. So we can, but
it's okay. You can use your own. Like maybe you don't care going to Google. You might want to go to your own
But shouldn't you have
it should be unified.
I wasn't. Wait.
Well, there you go.
Shouldn't we have just different?
Sorry.
Destroy everything. Shouldn't we just have different?
Different things.
Places, for different places.
And then we
so
do
like
an
in
average.
China, you check Baidu.
I see. No, but how about but we need to know where we are with the.
This is the next task. Okay,
Yeah,
we don't worry about this.
So we'll think
We'll
about
just
that.
use Google
So
for now.
if you guys have like some comments, even like afterwards, just leave us a comment and to the best way to like really get the ping, even when you got like problems with VPN, like like VPN, like the firewalls in China, for example, and other countries. So now.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So So just like log the result, or maybe yeah, just like log
Okay, so
log b log d.
D.
Yeah. We call it
speed test, right? This will be calling it.
Yeah.
Speed test.
And then comma, and then we got get ping.
Yeah. Get ping, and then.
I put.
Do I need
No,
to do
no,
this?
no. You probably need to put the HTTPS google.com. So now we're basically going to test our own connection, and then close
and then
it.
does it return string? Okay.
Beautiful. And now save.
Now we can run.
And now you save, and you're gonna like.
Yeah.
Click it there, and now go on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on that one. So beautiful, thumbs up. Ooh. So something is wrong.
Okay.
So we got
what's the error.
no, unable to start component.
Array of index.
Beautiful.
What does that mean? What line is it on?
So yeah, go down a bit. So mine I think 40. So go down 40. So basically there's an error on this code. So we're doing okay. So it's not necessarily being returned. So we're gonna play It's not the most beautiful.
Oh, new string. Why is this?
It's okay, it's an array of like whatever.
Okay.
Because I think they're like it's using a string buffer, so whatever like because you're running through the console, so it's not really like it's not really outputting like a string, is outputting like just bytes, and then you need to read as like characters, and then you need to put them into a string, and after you're done you get the string. The only problem is maybe we want to log, so between read and close there we log the output to string to see if there's any output.
Okay.
Maybe we just don't have the permissions or something. No, I think there's a permission to internet, that's it, but it should be okay. But we'll try.
Okay, so what should I output?
So output, just write
okay.
output dot to string.
Okay.
And then boom, boom. So save and run. So if it doesn't work, then we might need to read the comments.
Find out what the code does.
Okay, so no. So it crashed. We got it here.
Okay.
Yeah. So now because we didn't change anything, right? The problem was well. Now I need to filter by our speed test.
Okay. Did it run again?
Yeah. So try to run it again, and then this time we'll bring up the monitor. Otherwise, we don't want to see. So
okay.
Close up. Okay.
Close up.
So now, yeah, and so this is dead. Okay, now it's okay. More speed. No, it's not gonna come. So it dies before that. What reason? So kill.
Thumbs up.
Okay. So what to do now? Oh no, we have to wait. We're discussing. So now we are a bit stuck because it's not working. Like the code we copied.
I think we should find out what the code's doing.
No, I know what the code is doing, but the problem is. Anyway, it's beautiful. So we'll check. See, only putting W.
Well.
Maybe it's that. Let me try that.
Yeah, let's try that.
Usually I add in a protocol shouldn't break the things.
Yeah, and to break it like that as well.
I mean, maybe. Ooh. It didn't break?
Didn't log out what we wanted it to log out.
Oh!
It broke. Well...
it's okay.
So why is it big?
Because with all the packets, okay, maybe it's hard to read there. But it says 1 packet transmitted, 0 received, 100% loss. And so that's not very good, is it?
Is that because?
Because we're trying it now. So we're gonna retry, and then we'll see. Because maybe once is okay. So the only once.
Is it because maybe?
Unable to no. So the packet has been lost. The C1
What does this C1 mean?
count how many times you send.
Ah, okay.
So we got a permission for internet. Java does not have. No, it's okay. Well, we got. I mean, that's the best thing to do is always double check. So Android manifest, yeah.
Yeah, we got permission.
Speed task. So, I mean, the idea is that you got. So we'll explain because I mean the code is not too crazy, I guess. The problem I think is just that like we are receiving the like this one looks like the ping that you would do on a computer, so that's not a problem. Anyway, so what it does is that you're creating a process, and the process is just a normal ping, and this is like for basically any platform. You can use ping, you count. So in the future, I mean, what we can do is that you can put 10, get all the pings, and then
Make an average.
make an average of all the pings. Then you got a reader, so you just have you use a process, and he puts out a string, and you tell him like make a reader from the string. You make a buffer of any size, and then you just make a string buffer which stores this stream. So this like kind of data that is being sent from this invisible command line. And then there's OP, which something, and delay. So OP
is output.
maybe, yeah, and delay is what you extract. So basically, the delay is actually this time. Because here is not time equal, it's time space. So the person, or maybe like there was a different version, time was given as an equal. That's already a difference. So instead here is no equal, just a space. Relationship goals.
What that means.
Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna split this time 0, so like time, and we're gonna get them on afterwards. And
okay.
yeah, so we're just like gonna read it to string. The problem is that we're losing the packet regardless. Oh, you know what? Because it's an emulator, and maybe it doesn't have internet. It's not connected to the internet. It's an emulator.
But then why was the download output speed working?
That's true. That's sure, right? I mean, we'll try it. Accept. No thanks. So can we go on Google here? Okay, so disregard my comment.
They thought about.
It shares.
Yeah.
So why are we losing packets on here? But it doesn't matter. We're rerunning, right?
Yeah.
So.
Don't crash, please.
No, it's gonna crash.
What?
Because it's I don't know. Maybe no.
No, because we fixed the time thingy.
Yeah, I guess. It crashed.
It crashed.
But still, like losing the packets.
Time's up.
There's no beep beep. That's usually a little song.
Okay, so still crashing.
Still crashing and still. Yeah, so it shouldn't crash because even though all the packets have been lost, the time is there. And it's not crashing at the speed test because we're seeing it's crashing at line 40, which is just this. Wait. I wonder if go there, go scroll up a bit. Yeah. I wonder if so delay is on. So there should be like we are getting delay is 1. I know why, because it's 1. So can you highlight from that one to the first line, to the ping.
Here.
Yeah, see, so it's like line 0, 1, 2, and 3. So that should be delay 3. So that's delay 3. And str, I don't know where it goes down, str. That's only returning the ping. So put the str3 just in case. And delay 3, sorry. No,
Okay.
put 3. And now we're gonna split an op. No, sorry. So no. It's okay. So delay is 1. Delay is 1. Delay is
Okay.
1. Delay 3 is 1. OP is 3.
Yeah, there we go. Because I was thinking it's failing at line 40. Right?
So it's failing somewhere. Yeah. Say right.
Are we getting this? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so this
Well,
is
well, it's okay,
yeah,
it's
okay,
okay.
so it's better than before.
You're the right one. No, so go on, spin up that one. Yeah, boom. Ooh.
Not.
The power of not crashing. Hey. Okay. See? So go up. No. Go up. Wait. So ping 0 ms because we're losing the packets for some reason. And speed test 0. So see, we get 0 ms, which is fine. I mean,
Okay.
it's not great. It's fine. What I think is even better now, we don't care this ms afterwards.
Yeah, no, we do.
We don't care
Why
because
not?
we're gonna add it. We know it's an ms. It's always gonna be ms.
But why can't
We want to return as an integer, and then we can run it 10 times.
Ah, okay, and then
So
have the average.
let's fix that one first. So go up. So return int. Then we
Cast it.
str yeah, but so at the end you do str dot split. Yeah. Then you do text, like the little text thing, like ms. So you split by ms.
Ah, okay. And then we get the first one.
And we got 0. So split by ms is so basically by split you, and this one is still, it then needs to be cast into an integer, and I want to explain. So cast the whole thing into an integer. So integer dot parse. So basically what we're doing, and you should be into a try catch. That 1%.
Okay.
And then boom. So split, basically you give a string and you can tell that there is something like delimiting things. So say you have like 1, 2, you say comma divides 2 values. So you put comma and it gets lost, and then you have like the one before and the one after. And in this case, if we split by ms, the one before is going to be the number and the one after is going to be nothing. In this case, it might crash because it might not be a value, but we don't care at the moment. But usually we shouldn't do these kind of things.
We shouldn't.
No, we should be a try catch, and because it's gonna throw out an error. Anyway, now it's gonna complain because
we need to
we'll
make this a string.
Yeah, and then you put like at the end afterwards you put plus ms. Because at the moment we just want to show it, but later on we want to have like some sort of
averaging.
Yeah. And so we're just gonna call it a bunch of times. It's not great, but now it's gonna ask only once, and later we're gonna fix the count.
Okay.
So now the problem is still gonna be the same though. We did only fix like the beauty.
Yeah.
Problem is that we're not able to ping Google. So what we do is that we try different website. Try Bing. Just why not?
Okay. Of all the websites.
Yeah. And then we run it. No, what's that?
Let's have like an emulator.
So go on this one. See if we are being late. So it's gonna always show white for a while because I guess we should put it on a async task. Anyway, it didn't crash again. It's great, but we're still getting 0 ms. Therefore, that's not working the way we want. So well, I'm gonna scroll up. Yeah, 100% scroll. Why are you not working? Anyway, it is working, so we can black box it. We can say there is something that, but this works the way we want.
Okay, so we just don't care.
Will I say this is okay? Is returning the number? It's kind of like my black box. Because it's not like crashing, it's not breaking, it's just saying I cannot reach.
Yeah.
But as the command is fading.
Yeah.
And our like that's something like not in our control at the moment.
I mean, maybe our internet's just like
Well, I mean, we're streaming. But I think what we should try later on is to implement it. No, and then run it on the actual device.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
That'd
So now,
be weird, though.
so now let's see. Okay. So what we do now is actually
Let's put
improve
the
it.
text. Oh, you want
Improve it.
average? Make the average first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so because I mean that's what actually no fuck it. Well, we'll do like we'll show it. We'll show it first.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. So now instead of logging this,
Okay, we need to get the text view.
So yeah.
So it's like text view.
Yeah, text view. Well, that's called ping text view.
Text view
Equals
find view by ID. It's r.id and it's like
ping. The same.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
And now we'll.
Oh yeah, we need to cast
enter.
this.
No, we don't need. It's okay.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like last time they were telling is redundant.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So pin text view does set text.
Yep. Set text.
But actually we shouldn't do that this because we saw that it was a bit like this should be done on click and as an async task. Remember?
It should be done on click. Yeah, that's true actually.
So on click we're gonna have the button which we
view.
didn't name. We didn't name anything.
Okay, let's just
Avoid
check connection.
Yeah. I like that is let's call on check connection.
Wait, what?
Because it's an event.
Okay. I can change that.
Yeah. So
Get the view. Import class. Okay, on check connection.
on and then big C. Yeah, perfect. So this one now like save this page. Done and move this one. No, because she is giving an error and manual. So just put go for the activity main XML as already open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And there just bring have to name sorry. Scroll out. Okay. You can scroll out a bit. Okay. And there we call it just check connection.
Okay, but we can just add it
on
here. So on
check connection.
And then
say
button.
enter. Okay. Yeah, and button like check connection button.
Okay, check. Yeah.
So yeah. So the thing about the async task is because whenever we were running the app, like starting, it would just wait until everything is done, and the ping takes a bit of time, and also the rest takes a bit of time. So I think for the moment we just press check connection and it will freeze. But then later when we put check connection, we will move everything into the speed test task, which is already an async task. So async is like asynchronous, and so basically it doesn't block the rest. So now what we do is that you cut this one,
Yep.
and you throw it in there, yeah, and then we are executing that one. Yeah, so let's do it now. Basically now you uncomment that one, just both of them.
I mean, this is already an asynchronous task.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to
Okay.
do. So the only thing we need to find is how to reference our text view inside that one, but it's not a big deal. Now we cut the log, the whole thing, and we throw it into the other one to see if it works. And save. Yeah. So speed test. Yeah. speed task. So do in background is going to do all this. On completion is going to do that. So do on background on error. Okay.
So we need to put it here, right?
Yeah. So let me check. Add a listen to wait for speed test. Okay. So go down on progress. Down. Now we make a new one. We make like a new synchronous class.
Okay.
So this is gonna be something.
So new class.
Yeah, but we need to look it up how to do it, and I don't remember by heart.
How to do a synchronous task.
Yeah.
Okay. So create a sync task and create.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
We're done. On the way. So. No. On create, go down. Okay, long operation. So we're gonna have this one. Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
We copy it?
Yeah.
Or this.
All of it. Yes. Beautiful. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Copy.
Yeah.
Into the
And
new
then,
class.
Go on what class?
Oh yeah, minimize.
It's okay. It's already minimized. Just delete.
Okay.
So down and go on main activity, and we can do it, put it in the same class. So basically, we are creating a class like not within a class.
A private class.
Yeah, and then we are assigning that one and then we call it ping. Well, we call it ping
task.
Ping task. Great. So now
we can get rid of all this.
We remove all that, and we're not returning a string. We're returning an integer. So if we kill, we're returning an integer. It does matter because it's what you return. And then return get ping. No.
Sorry, I thought I already had it.
Get ping. Yeah, and then we do this. Now we're up for it, and then we move it up. Okay, and close. Bam.
Yeah, see, we can't use.
No, because here is specified as an int.
Which, this one?
That one. Int. Probably might require an integer, so put integer there.
With the capital.
Yeah, this is a. And there should be integer as well. In there, protected integer. Okay. P might be an extra.
Yes, I think it does matter. I think you have to.
No, I don't think so. Oh, so that should be string. Okay, sorry, I took over. So then I'm like going to put string. So we return as a string, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I remember you could change the type somehow, but maybe it's as a result, and just like to string.
Yeah, that
The
doesn't
big
work.
click.
No, I don't think so.
Dot. Oh, okay. So then plus.
Yeah.
Okay. Beyond. So and then we do the same thing that is already there, but instead we had it up there. I think you cut it. Yeah, lost. Oh no, you did. Okay. So then cut this and just replace with that. Right. You might want to change executed for return a string passed. Okay. Oh. And there we have result. In the set text we have just
okay.
with
From the doing background.
No. Yeah, okay, result. Okay. So that's gonna be returned, and I guess probably like we can change the type. You know what? I have an idea.
What?
I'm gonna try something.
Later.
Later I'll try something. So this is gonna be the long thing is going to do it and show the update. So go up and so up. Yeah, there we'll do ping task.
Okay. Do we need to?
Ooh, 5 people. Hello.
Do we need to
Hello,
create
5
a
people.
new class? So like
Yeah.
ping task.
Ping task. Yeah. PT ping.
Ping task. Call it properly. Equals new.
Ping task.
Doesn't need anything, and then it's just
I
execute.
think it should be the same. Yeah. Execute.
Okay. Okay.
And boom. Okay. And I want to see one thing. Sorry. Oh. Can we see who's seeing us? The viewers. Because I've never done this. Samuela. Samuel. That's not Samuela.
Okay. That's
Electrica. Hello. Their Destinator and Chester. Hello, guys. Yeah, that like we need to switch. We need to find a way to have both. Run. But now, so we're going to see the speed test on the console, but the ping is going to show
on the emulator.
On the emulator.
But it's not because we're getting 0.
Well, it's
so
okay.
It's not going to change.
You're right. So then we go on the activity main. That's true.
We're in it. We
And
can just add
and on the XML.
XML.
Already open there.
Oh yeah.
And there I just put like
0.
dash dash ms
Okay.
or just dash.
Yeah.
No, actually just dash is probably
Okay.
more beautiful.
So then we can see a change.
Yeah. And go design back to design down there. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. And then we'll run it and then we go back. So
Your little like app thing stopped making noise.
oh,
That's why we're not switching. Okay, let's switch now.
switch now. Okay. Go.
Be annoying, please.
Okay. So now I restarted it because probably a little bug. So how is it going? It did not crash. So well, we didn't check. Boom. Oh, we're getting result, and we getting.
Result speed test. Nothing.
Believe.
Oh.
Ooh. Smash it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
that's good. Okay, so now we should set the text.
So
for
it still
download
fails,
and
obviously.
upload. I don't know, ping is not working for us.
Hey, guys at Ping, can you drop us some intelligence? Anyway, the thing that I wanted to show, just for like knowledge, just to like, because I've done it before and I knew it was possible. Here you put integer, it's gonna complain. Here you're gonna put integer, it's gonna complain, and here it's gonna put integer.
Still complaining.
Yeah, but integer.
Nice try.
I know.
Still complaining. Maybe this one.
Boom. Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, guys, see the master here.
So
Yeah.
just change everything to integer.
And then it's not a big deal, obviously, but then here we can work with integers and we can do all the maths, and here we might want to do something else with it. So no difference. Just wanted to show that it's possible. You just have to use integer everywhere, and integer and int are interchangeable. Next, what we want to do?
Should I get rid of this log?
Yeah, we got a bunch of logi that we know that
we're not using.
Well, still never doesn't work. But so it says it's redundant, so we're gonna listen. And since can we do that? Yeah.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so now we want to go to the speed test task and set the text.
Yeah. So here we have a bunch of like stuff.
Here we're logging it.
We'll log in. So yeah, we need to rectify this one. Void params. So I think there will be okay. So
I mean, does this matter?
Yeah, because what I'm thinking is that we should be able to send in some dates of stuff, right? Unless we can see, can we access the same activity? Oh yeah, like we want to show you, right? So maybe on complete,
You can get activity.
we can get.
I think it's just a normal.
Yeah, but we have to like pass it through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or return it.
Yeah, we can return it.
Because return string, and so we just need to be report on progress.
No, because
report.
Even with the progress, we're going to want to show that eventually inside the Android app, and so that means you need to change the return type to.
Yeah, no, it's not that. You cannot access it. So report is that one.
Yeah, because you can only do it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I see. So how do we need to basically either we want to get the result out and then update, but then on completion it needs to be separated by from what actually shows it, right? You know what I mean?
No.
Basically, if we wait for the result, is now to do something in here.
Yeah.
Is no different than not doing it synchronously because we have still have to like this is gonna wait for the result. But if you do it inside here, then it can be downloaded later on.
Yeah.
So we need two things. One, we need asynchronously to update it, and then asynchronously to tell back I'm done.
Why do you need to tell back that you're done?
Because otherwise it doesn't know when you're done to upload the stuff into it. So this app will calculate all the data asynchronously, and when they're all done, then you can say upload. This is going to be for the next step.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, wait. Forgot. We know it, we need to improve. So we have a bit of delay, and that's not very good on my part. We have completed the first one. We're showing the ping, and therefore, bam. That's kind of cool. So now, yeah, I'm very proud of that. The switch. What's going on with the audio now? Sorry, guys. So our switcher, it is giving up on us. So operation. Okay, so now we basically have to switch.
3, 2, 1.
I think it's maybe some like error with the media player. So anyway, this one was a discussing session. We need to find a way from an async task to get the reference of the view, which is calling it.
Shall we search up?
Yeah. So you can kill this one.
Yeah, kill it.
So
get view
from
inside
async
task.
Android.
True.
There's many. Yeah, beautiful. First one, beautiful. So we're done. Okay, wait. Root view. Root view is in public. Oh yeah, so. Okay, go in. I know. Go. Increase that.
Minimize.
Minimize. Go up. Scroll up. Okay. Okay, so we can make a constructor. So public.
Yep.
Speed test task. Open. And here we'll just put view v. So every function has like its own every function, every class can have a constructor, and this one is like the default one, so it does nothing. Instead, what we can do is that we can tell, hey,
Pass in the view.
pass in some data that we need, and then we're gonna make it available. So we need to put outside there in the global, in the like, in the scope, like basically within this class that we can access, and we can view and call root view. So we know that's the one that called us up, and then equal view equals root view equals view. And now from there, from there inside, now we can access that. And actually, instead of doing this, we already in there go private, and we will already pass in. We already find
all the buttons.
Yeah. So this is done before the execute. So then you save it sometime and you
Okay.
slow down.
Sure.
So then private text view. Yeah, text view. No. Line.
Okay.
Yeah. Private text view. So yeah, we might want to have it in the future.
Text view.
And then we do like this download,
Oh, yeah.
download, text view, and upload.
Download and then
Import.
data.
Yeah.
Cool.
Beautiful. And now you have to find them there. So there, like upload, root view.
Oh yeah, sure.
Otherwise, you're not going to find it. Find view by ID, and then we know.
What was
Upload.
it?
This is the same text.
Sure.
And then copy paste everything.
No.
Yes, shift up, and then copy. So download. Okay. And then copy paste down.
Ooh, bird.
Okay. Some bird outside. And then now you're gonna use that, and we're going to show. So that is in the one in octet. So we are getting when download and upload is finished. So we need to know what type it is. And so delete all this. Delete everything.
Why?
Delete everything.
Okay.
Now we're gonna go down. If this is my guess, but report dot is now report get
Fish.
yeah. So the next step is so this is going to do two things twice, in my opinion.
Why?
In my opinion, because it's going to be, we need a transfer for the upload and the download. This is only download.
3, 2, 1, vai!
So we well, let me check. Okay.
Why is it only download?
Okay, wait a second. Yeah, this is only download because I think let's test. Yeah, see. So this is only download. So this is actually speed test download. This only shows the download. And I wonder if we need to do another one or we can reuse it. So I think we do this one. This is my random, we can write public. So enum report. So we make an enum report type and we call it public. So we make an enumerator and we call it download and upload.
What do you do?
And I'll show you. Okay. Okay, we'll make it pretty since we are like to show it. So Java, and it's called report type. And then we're gonna make an enumerator. So this one allows us to specify the type of report that we are requesting and so this is report type RT, and we are gonna do private report type. So basically, just so report type. This is because here we can run either a test like a download or an upload.
But why don't we want to run both?
Yeah, but we can't run both.
Why not?
We cannot, because it needs to be called twice. Otherwise, it's going to like, since the object report here, this one, does not have what type of thing you're going for. At least like this is what we were trying to. If we could, like, you see, there's no way to know if it was called by
Upload or download.
yeah. And instead, what I want to do is that we will ask. We need to call it twice. So if report type equals report type dot download, you download it.
Right.
And then you know that in the other one, else you run a upload of the same file. I mean, we need to see how it would start upload, and we need to maybe
Provide a file.
no. I think maybe it's we need to look it up. And in the same way, we know that if the report, see this one, the download or the upload, we don't know which one. So if it's download, then we're going to do that, else, there's only two types. And here, we're gonna do the download dot, and now use text, report dot get, transfer bit, and then what do we put here? Is in bit.
Sure, yeah.
And then we need to calculate later. And then this is upload. And now this is my intuition. Then we say, yeah. So upload. See. So we want to always upload like a 1 megabyte, and then we probably need to like specify some things. And now you can get back to control. Yeah.
Okay, so then we need to fix inside the main activity.
Yeah. We need to call it, otherwise, yeah. So this one we do the view and report type, and we start with download, and then we do. So since we don't really need to store this one, we can do this one. So then it's like one liner, and then so we know we're testing. The pin task is the same, because then we basically we can't do anything with it really, so we just run them and shut up.
Time's up.
You're gonna have to.
Time's up.
I don't know why you don't like it. Like there is I put different, I told you, right? I put for every voice different probability, and so there is some like rare ones.
That's all annoying. That's the most annoying thing I've ever heard.
Okay, spoiler alert. There is one in Japanese.
Okay. Japanese.
No, like proper Japanese. I mean, anyway, so what we're doing, we should test this.
Yep.
Because now we are gonna see. So guys, and girls, I guess, we are gonna see something beautiful. Either a crash. No, we're gonna see it on the monitor, right?
Okay.
So.
Okay, we need check connection.
Sure. Ooh, we are gonna see some. Beautiful. Something happened, and that's normal. No. Oh, run again.
Run again?
Yeah, so maybe this was only starting up. So maybe it's okay.
Why would it crash on starting up?
It's not crash. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So look up. And also go on this one more side. Okay, go back. Sit up. Okay. So check connection. So now we're
Yeah, okay, so
Okay,
crash.
so null pointer exception on what? So we'll need that.
Set text is
So click
null.
click
On what?
on the speed test, that one. So it's gonna bring us to that because we didn't find it. Maybe go up, download text view. So this is because this is the first thing that ever gets hit, and that means that root view is now being done.
Are we passing in the right thing in the main activity?
We put it in view, so
put in this. Is this the?
It's not correct. Yeah, go get this. Put this. Try this. This.
Oh. I mean.
This try. No.
Why don't we just sorry, wait.
Pass in. No.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we just
it's okay. You
pass
pass in the view. It's okay because in the future you might have like more things.
True.
Which does not pass in the right view, which should be the so try get context. No.
Get piece context.
Okay, so
should we check that the ID is correct? Maybe it's wrong.
No, because it shows up, right?
True.
I think try look up on like online. Maybe just get base like a review.
Okay.
So Android and get
base view
activity. Get root view from current, yeah. No. No. This one. Get window, get decor.
Get review.
Oh yeah, try that one. So no, yeah. Go on minimize. No.
No, that's okay. Minimize.
So view. Dot get review.
Okay.
Yeah, now let's try. So maybe we're not passing in the root view. Let's make it not crash. Go.
Stop being annoying.
And show us the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we check connection.
Did not crash.
Yeah, it crashes.
Well, but different now.
So you can't
only original thread can touch. Search this up.
What do they mean? Only the original thread that created.
No. I understand, but like, I want to see how to work on. So basically, async task is another one. So that's one. And so usually either like you have to, maybe call up. And go back by one, like.
Pow. Time's up.
So what we're gonna do now is that we need to tell, like here is for like a runnable. So this is what you tell. So anyway, little explanation to do. So whenever you have different threads, you don't want that they both access the same thing. Otherwise, it's called like. Because otherwise they can have data arrays, they can have other things a bit like it's a big topic. Anyway, we want to be able to modify it regardless, and so I think that the easiest way, if you at me, is to not even go through all this stuff and not passing the view and not passing the view at all, and not do any of this kind of stuff, and just call the whoever called you basically. So actually here maybe we'll need to pass this. We pass like the activity that called it, and then we can tell the activity itself to do the job.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's the way to, probably the proper way, I guess. Yeah, no, because it doesn't let you do like talk directly, right? Sorry.
Activity.
No. It needs to be of the type, otherwise it's not gonna know what to do. Anyway. Okay. So.
Get rid of all of these.
So now we do this, and now you know what to do.
Okay, so now we can.
Okay.
Okay, now we need to create the new method in the main activity then.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, so we can say set.
So it doesn't spell.
Public, right? Because the same task needs to access it.
Yeah, but if you have access to the instances, public.
Void set download text, but set upload text as well. It's got to work for both, right? Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay, it's fine.
I mean, we can do this, or we can
Yeah,
do if inside, right?
Works. Okay, so we need to get the views again.
So here we're gonna have a string. So whatever text is gonna be, and we'll need to redo that. Okay.
Why? Why can't we just get it?
Because you don't want to always be finding. It's just in like performance.
We only made it once, right?
But you want to maybe click 10 times. You're gonna find time to find it 10 times. Download text view. Up. Text view. Throw it in, and up.
So now we need to find the chain views.
Yeah.
And so on create. Disable.
Yeah, disable home. Okay. So now, super speedy down.
Okay,
And
so
then we need to
now-
call it, right?
Yeah, and now any sync task.
And so we are sending that in. It's fine. Main activity do set. Beautiful. Coming up.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Now let's try. Let's hope
This
it
will
doesn't
never.
crash.
This will never crash. Never.
Instant crash.
Like if it crashes, like I think there is the FBI. FBI is like on us. So close.
What's the problem now?
Well, let's do it again. I don't believe it. Only the tracker.
Same problem. So that doesn't get around it.
Yeah, it doesn't fix it because probably still like so. So we can never touch.
Time's up.
Okay, it's telling us. Oh, this is where you're supposed to do the work. You can do that. So you cannot do it in doing background. Okay. So it needs to be on. Well,
It's inside the listener.
no. Because we're doing on completion. That's so nice. So this is done on background, doing background, right?
Yeah.
And so we need to have a. So actually, go on. No, take it out. On main activity,
Okay.
we have our ping. and he has all the stuff we need. Ping, get ping. No, sorry.
No, because ping's a private class.
Okay. Let me do it, please. Go on down, scroll down. Yeah, down on positive execute. Yeah, so copy this one in the other one, and yeah. So do on background outside the on background below there, and here we're gonna have on positive string, and then you go up.
And we can do this.
No, wait, up, and there is going to be void. Let me check. Oh yeah, go down. No, wait. This one is speed test result report. No,
sorry.
Delete. Okay. This one, the fourth one. Beautiful. Now this one kill everything, and then we just.
Okay,
So on completion we do nothing, and cut. Completion we don't care. And then result.
I'll change this to report.
Yeah. Beautiful. And now it should work, and it's never ever gonna crash. So go on the monitor and check connection.
Instant crash. Was that a crash? Yeah, instant.
Try again. I don't believe it.
Okay, it was like
Go.
crashing. Yeah, what's this?
Oh, on a no. Oh, because we're trying now. Yes, I understand why. So go up. Up.
But it only...
Up. No, it's okay. So click on do on background. So speed test. Okay. So put a new in completion.
Because you only want it once it's completed.
Yeah, that's on post execute. Huh?
Yeah. So not when it's.
So check on Mozilla then, of course. So scroll down. Oh, example on progress update. No, so on progress update you can update as you're progressing.
Yeah, because we also want to
Sure,
just change the display or set some text or whatever in that, and they seem to be doing that. Like they have.
Yeah. So not like when it's down, when it's been updated, right?
Yeah. So then why can't we do it?
We can do it
in complete.
No. We should do it on update.
What's the difference?
There's no difference, but like there's no update. So then minimize. Because we have to really do something like that. No, it's okay. And do it twice.
Yeah, sorry.
Here, the progress. On
Yeah,
progress.
we're just logging at the moment.
Yeah, but delete and put this one in.
Okay.
Do the same. Delete everything.
Okay, get rid of this as well.
Doesn't matter, leave it there.
Okay.
Save and go. So on progress, probably it's allowed.
Maybe.
Time's up.
Okay, well, let's run. Go. Don't crash.
Yeah, crash.
You're too fast, you like and do.
I know, but I wanted to see the.
Yeah, but I don't think it was. Okay. Okay.
Son, need
Why you have to say you love it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, same problem.
So that was not so. Oh, no, that wasn't what I wanted to do. So on progress update, do we have a progress update? On progress.
I mean, that's also not in the do in background.
Yeah, yeah. So on progress update. So we'll do this. Publish. Oh, so on doing back. Okay. Wait. Okay. So
Publish progress.
type isn't. So speed test report. Cannot void. So publish progress void. So how are we going to be able string values? Well, we don't need this. We'll move this one there. So we have to access the first one. And now there is a problem. Method doesn't override method from each superclass.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now
This is another like random.
this is a guess.
Bit more complicated than it should be, huh?
No. I mean, all these async tasks are always.
Ooh, did you see that? Oh, beautiful. Anyway, so now is we have to fix the numbers. So that is in bit. So since it's bit, divide by 1000, and we're gonna get the kilobits.
No.
We're gonna get in cannot be applied
to big decimal.
So we have cannot be divide. So we need to cast this one into a long. Can I do? Divide. So I think that it has its own like his own stuff going on. And then we might like have, if we want to like do some improvements.
So no. Okay, let's do big decimal, like search it up.
No.
Okay. Good enough.
Good enough. Or
What would that be?
better performance.
Really?
Yep. Dividing is slower than the multiplying. And therefore we'll do it. It's just like some low-level compiler stuff that, well, even just steps in maths to do a multiplication.
Why does this one have an extra bracket?
Because yeah. Because it's like and now we can say proudly kilobit. Kilobit is okay instead of kilobytes. So now we'll test again. Well, now we'll test. Oh my goodness!
Goodness.
I don't think we should use more.
So whatever you did, let's undo this.
Why?
It's because it's
Yeah, it's
numbers too long.
Why? Okay. Cast that into long, and then we'll work it long. So.
But it wasn't so bad before.
No, I understand, but like, yeah, because we was working with.
With the just bikes.
What?
So why would
No, but what kind of question is that? Like, it's just like it was working as a big decimal, but then the division didn't work properly because we just made it up. So we just cast it into another type that we know works, and so put this one into bracket.
this?
Yeah, the whole thing into bracket. It's not going to do it. Yeah.
Can you do shift brackets and all that? No?
Probably not.
Okay, I just do normal brackets then.
Okay, let's get it. We're a bit over our time. Okay, so now you do. Okay, look up how to big decimal.
I'm gonna do this.
No, look it up. Look it up.
Okay. Okay. Still in the keyboard.
There was something int value. Okay. Okay, you use int value. Or float value. Float value.
Yeah, we don't want int value. That's killing too much.
Float value.
Okay. Get rid of the long casting.
Long, yeah. And now one parenthesis, you need it. Say times 0001.
Times.
Okay. 001. And just copy.
And then.
Yeah, and then copy from that one on. Like copy, like drag. No.
Up there.
Parenthesis.
Yeah.
Okay, bam. Now it's gonna work. Only thing before we can proudly say we are finished is the ping, but we'll look into it. Why? Like, okay, go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's too much like precision there. So we'll have to.
Oh, and then the ping is so slow.
No, because it like.
It's failing.
Oh yeah, because it goes timeout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there, it's like we have too much precision, right?
Yeah.
And so what we need to do is to kill the precision.
Cast it to an int.
Yeah, but we're gonna lose all the dots.
But don't we want to? I mean.
Because now it's a big number, but we don't necessarily want. So we probably want to keep one. So we do is that we have a little function where we do this like.
Isn't there like some inbuilt like rounders and decimal?
Well, we'll make it ourselves.
Can we just let's just.
We'll make it ourselves. We'll literally 2 lines.
Okay.
Minimize.
Oh yeah.
I literally 2 lines, so like whatever.
Okay. If it's
Go
more.
ahead. Seriously, really go ahead. Well, float. Round, and then you have a number. How many you want afterwards? An integer. Oh yeah, you want that.
Yeah,
float.
value. And then like int for the precision.
Yeah. So we're teaching now a little easy round. So the value you are going to return. So we do one-liner, beautiful one-liner, and so we do the value times 10 times the precision, and then all that into parentheses.
Okay.
And this one you cast it to an int before. and then afterwards you divide by 10 times precision. Actually, we shouldn't do this. No. So line before, you do float.
Down and out.
Wow.
Time's up.
So now we're gonna do, basically it's fine, this is okay. But the doing 2 times the multiplication is exactly the same as silly. So what we're going to do is we're gonna just cache it. So it's gonna be back time, so precision, and then we can use it. So what happens for whoever has never done it before? So we are going to do 10. So precision 1 means we're going to have dot like 0.1, right? So even if you put precision 0, it's just going to kill everything, and there's like no precision. So nothing after the comma. With 10, multiply how many after the 0, after the dot we want. So we multiply the 10 by this number. So let's say we want 1, we're gonna have 1, so we're gonna have 10. If our value is like 100.123, by multiplying it by 10, we move everything forward. Then we cast into an int, we kill all the comma, and then we bring it back by dividing it. So this is how we do it. If there wasn't an int, this would be redundant, but by having int, this becomes an integer, it loses all the thing after the comma, and by dividing it, automatically becomes a float. And now
let's take out the reports and put it above the if statement, so then we don't have too much copy paste text.
Yeah, good idea. So now, and well, we can do this. So now we're just going to be report text. Huh?
Yeah.
So,
I'll put it above the
yeah, of course. So string report text, and so we're doing all this magic now, which was the get a float value multiplied by that, and then we want to round this, right?
Yeah.
Round, we got a float, and we're gonna comma, and we might want to point. And because this one now is returning the float, the value, what is the problem?
Sound double.
Because we now put enough, so we need to tell is enough. So it automatically always like goes to, like if you multiply, you might go for double precision. Let's try it. Oh, sorry. So let's see. Actually, we'll make it bigger because now we are more interested in that. So it's not running. Why is it not running? Bam! Wow, so beautiful, and the ping is slow.
Yeah. That's we're done. We can check the done.
Yeah, show ping in MS with a millisecond, bit of a lie, but we have done both at once. Very good. So, well, give me a second. So where is it? No, I can't see it. You see it?
See what?
This one. And now we go for 1 done. Well, I made the ones I want to do, and then done, completed. So very good job.
Okay.
Okay, so finally we can do it. So the ping, we're gonna look into this next time and to see why, or we might like spend a couple of minutes now to see if it's an easy fix. But everything seems to work properly with the ping, and except that it doesn't.
That doesn't return anything.
I know, it returns. No. It returns 0. It turns like when download and upload, beautiful. It returns like actual values, and so now we can actually like in a way know that The Wi-Fi in our house is not too bad.
But is that seems too big a number, or is that how much? Is that normal?
I mean,
Okay, we don't worry about it.
yeah, like it's a good server as well. Like our internet's pretty good. We are currently streaming.
Okay.
You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not like we're in Nepal, but we're not like So quickly, so I'm gonna stop this one, but we're gonna listen to the last one.
No, please
One?
just stop it, please.
Oh, you're lucky. Didn't work. So Android being not a packet loss. So I wonder if I have no, and then we still like Stack Overflow, maybe.com. So now we limit it to Stack Overflow. Okay, so it doesn't seem common. Ping not working. Timeout common. Oh yeah, so some devices might work and some have. It depends on the application.
Can you go see what that noise is?
Don't worry, it's okay. Yeah, so it seems to be related to your actual, sorry, as we're seeing here, it seems to be related to your device. So cannot.
So maybe it's just something to do with the emulator.
No, yeah, but it's like it's not really. It doesn't seem to be reliable to use what we were using. If you use Android, you're on. Yeah, seems that people are using that one. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is just like, because maybe it's a problem with the emulator, as you said. Can you? Oh, we don't have the. Can you bring the USB cable? So we're gonna run it on the phone because sometimes we're like, sometimes we're just like wasting time, and it's just the emulator. So we're gonna run it on the emulator, and in the meantime, since we haven't done it before, we'll publish it on GitHub. Yeah, so connect here. We'll publish it afterwards. So here, so now we're gonna run it on the phone. Yeah. So I guess it's already automatically running it on here. So can I tell to? So I'm gonna kill the emulator since we don't need it powered down. We don't need it now, and now it should ask us what to run it. Okay. So now we are running it on the phone. Okay, beautiful. Oh, can we see? Well, yeah, it's there. Maybe I didn't allow the permissions. Sometimes because
It looked like you tried.
Yeah, it's not about that. It's like it's because when I try that it doesn't have the permissions. So how's the Wi-Fi? Permissions? Oh, no permission required.
Maybe to request Wi-Fi is just normal.
Yeah, no, but it's not a problem. Like, why did it crash then? We shall see here. Oh, okay, so it did not crash. I mean, it wasn't a crash. It was just. It looked like a crash, but maybe it wasn't a crash. Oh. So. Okay, so well, because people there are not seeing. Apparently it's running, but then when you check, is
Crashing.
not really crashing. It's kind of crashing, and without telling us like why. So we're gonna debug it and see what's going on. Ah, okay, that's why. So let's run it again, and let's try to run it here. Okay, so an error occurred while executing doing background. So because now maybe the emulator, right? We fixed it for the emulator,
Yeah.
but not necessarily. Like, it doesn't mean that maybe the code that we got from Stack Overflow that we modified, maybe that worked for the phone rather than for the emulator. And so that it crashes here is it's okay. It's okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So also, okay, perfect. It's supposed to crash because no. Huh?
Okay, so the thing is fading again.
No, but it's not. There's not that. So speed test. System out. What is speed test? So it's not running. Okay. So it's supposed to crash and tell us. So it's telling us like null. Interesting. I'm trying to put some code here. Okay. So on the phone is not working. So we'll leave it, and then we'll get back to this like next week. So yeah, well, it worked. It kind of worked on the emulator. So pinging is not as easy as it might seem. Depends, because like there are different ways. So we are going to rewrite this, and as long as we return an integer, like an integer here, everything's gonna work out properly, and so it's fine. It's already like asynchronous, so no problem. Okay, so wrap up. We have done the show the ping for the house, the Wi-Fi. Kind of done it because it doesn't always support it. And then we showed the download speed and the upload speed. So, well, we can just do it now, I guess, since as a wrap up. Finally, we'll push it. So,
is this shown?
Maybe not. Okay, so we are basically just using
creating
yeah, we're going to be creating. So this was called How's the Wi-Fi, and we go get and we do like here. How was it? Oh, CL. Okay, clear screen. Okay, I want to clear the screen. So git init, and we're initializing. Then we have our remote. Then so here we already have a bunch of things, and it already has a git ignore, so that's okay. And we can git add and we're calling commit first episode, boom, and we're gonna push. We need to set, yeah, project master. How we see it? Yeah. Boom. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna hide this since we don't need it anymore. Boom, because I don't even remember myself my own password.
Forget.
Yeah, I generate all the passwords. Okay, sorry for the delay. Didn't expect this. Usually it doesn't ask.
Just close the stream now.
No, it's fine. I'm showing that where the people can find it. Okay. And now, beautiful. We have all our things, and we don't have any README file. So we're gonna add a README file, and it's gonna be just beautiful, empty. Yes. So we shall maybe buy something with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you want to find it, I don't know why you would, but if you're interested, it's going to be HowsTheWiFi with line.
Yeah.
Who did this?
Who did this?
Okay, rename. So gonna be found in in this. So it's like Nash 108/HowsTheWiFi. And yes, great. Thanks for everybody who was here. We saw up to 7.
Really?
7, yes, 7. 7 people watching us. And the latest follower was Samuel Azeredo. Yeah, I know the guy, so that's kind of, it's so nice anyway. Thank you, Samuel. Respect. Yes, so great. This was a bit longer than we wanted, but it's kind of wrapped up into like a nice 2-hour stream.
Okay.
Yes, so next time we are going to, well, fix the ping and then what else?
No, I don't think we're gonna fix ping next time.
We should look into fixing the ping.
Fix it before next time.
Ah, yeah, well,
Probably fix it.
Fix. So we're gonna fix it and show you what we fixed just quickly, and then
maybe get the location.
Yeah, we start looking into basically the app needs to know the speed, but also where you are, and so the idea would be that you can use your GPS, but also if your GPS maybe doesn't work. You can drop a little pin and tell, oh yeah, I was here. That's all, quite straightforward. Good. Okay. Good day or good night, depends where you are, and see you next time. So next Wednesday we're going at this time.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.